What's up, y'all? How's it going? This is episode 11 now of the D&N Show, and I am your host, obviously, D-Nag. Today I'm doing this episode by myself, but that's alright. I have no problem with it. This weekend, we have a very fucking special event coming up. It is WrestleMania coming up, so we obviously have to do a predictions on what's going to happen over the next two nights, Saturday night and Sunday night, on the match cards and predict who wins and who doesn't and who loses and what's going to happen. So without further ado, we're going to get into this because this is going to be a real quick episode. I'm going to run through this and then we'll call it a night. Because there's going to be a special video coming up this weekend of funny moments and reactions to the matches. You're obviously not going to see the actual matches, but you're going to see us reacting to it, reacting to the matches. So that's going to be a great fucking time. So first of all, we have for the United States Championship, we have Austin Theory, who is the current champion, versus John Cena. Now, I do feel like this is going to be a great match because it's kicking off the WrestleMania weekend. However, I do think John Cena wins this match because of the fact that Austin Theory really needs a different gimmick turn. I do believe that they need to do something else with his character. They need to revamp him. They need to make the WWE universe really believe in him. Now, and I'm not saying he's a bad wrestler. I'm saying he could very well be the future talent of the WWE. But I feel like his current gimmick and the way he does things is not really very worth much. Where he does very good in the ring, don't get me wrong, but his gimmick and the way he does things, he's basically, it's making it really, really seem like he's the John Cena of this era of wrestling, where we're entering a new era where a lot more newer talents come out, where the older talents pass the torch on to the new ones, where John Cena could really be passing the torch on to Austin Theory at this point, where I could definitely see it being something where Austin Theory comes out and beats John Cena in this match and puts him over. I can see that happening, but I do feel like Austin Theory needs a different change for character that could really help him turn out in the long run. Kind of like where John Cena really mentioned in a promo, where he goes, "You are in that ruthless aggression era that I was in," where it really makes sense, where his gimmick is not working. I mean, he's gone through so many times where he's won the United States Championship and then lost it and then won it again, where he really needs to do something that's going to make him last, where John Cena went from ruthless aggression to the Doctor of Thugonomics, where that change from right there really, really meant something, that he revolutionized it for himself and allowed himself to become a really true WWE legend, where he went on to do hustle, loyalty, and respect for 20 years from now. And he did the same thing every year. And it was okay because he's John Cena. Where Austin Theory needs something like that, where his current gimmick just isn't working. It flat out isn't. I mean, for some people maybe it is, but for others it just really isn't. And I feel like he definitely needs to lose this match to come back and renew his character and renew something else to make him last long in the WWE. Because if they do it right, if they book him right, he can be one of those generational talents where it feels like he could become one of those WWE legends in the future and become a WWE champion and become a Universal champion, whatever championships they have. He could really be one of those characters. Just needs to have the right gimmick to do it. And that's how I feel with this match, is that John Cena will beat Austin Theory for the United States Championship. However, I don't think John Cena will have that title for very long. He's not. as young as he used to be anymore, so he's not going to have the United States Championship for very long. So I do feel like Raw, the next night, Monday night on Raw, after WrestleMania, he will have an open challenge for the United States Championship, and somebody comes out and wins it over him. I do feel like that will happen. But Austin Theory does not win this match. So next, we have, for the SmackDown Women's Championship, Charlotte Flair versus Rhea Ripley. Now, with this match, I do feel like Rhea Ripley needs to win this match. Because the Judgment Day has been a very, very good faction lately, where they have, no matter what happens, they always find a way to stay out on top. But Rhea Ripley I feel like needs to start the Judgment Day's run of being champions, is that Rhea Ripley wins the SmackDown Women's Championship. Now, I do feel like this will be a good match, because this basically brings us first full circle to where Rhea Ripley goes to WrestleMania and corrects and wins the SmackDown Women's Championship, where it starts where maybe Finn Balor, after WrestleMania, goes on to go for a bigger championship. Or maybe Damian Priest does. Maybe they go for the Tag Team Championships, for all I care. But it needs the Judgment Day. The Judgment Day has been a very good faction, and they have been doing a lot of really good things with Finn Balor. Damian Priest has been kind of one of those good wrestlers where he comes out day in and day out and wrestles really well. The whole Dominic Mysterio and Rhea Ripley thing has been it's been its own thing, and Dominic Mysterio versus Rey Mysterio is going to happen at WrestleMania as well, which I do feel like that one's going to be a good passing of the torch match as well. But I do feel like Rhea Ripley definitely wins this match to start the Judgment Day's run as champions. Because yes, they can be a good faction for very long, but no good faction comes without winning championships. So I do feel like this definitely starts the run of the Judgment Day becoming a very good faction full of championships, kind of like the Bloodline, where Roman Reigns is the undisputed Universal Champion, and the Usos are the unified tag team champions. It's got to be something like that, where they can officially become good champions, because Triple H has done very good with turning them over into something really, really good. But that is how I feel with that one as well, is that Rhea Ripley definitely has to win this championship. Next, you have the undisputed tag team championships. The Usos versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Now, this one I am always torn up on. I have been over the segment of the Bloodline storyline, excuse me, has torn me so far, because Triple H has done such a good job with this storyline, because you can virtually see it going either way, where maybe it goes where the Usos remain the unified tag team championships, and Roman beats Cody Rhodes, and they continue on, and maybe Sami Zayn betrays Kevin Owens and rejoins the Bloodline just to finally turn Kevin Owens and beat him down. You could see it going any way. And you could virtually make a case for anything really happening, where maybe Jey Uso betrays Jimmy Uso to lose the tag team championships, or something else happens. And you could very well make a case for it, because you could see it going either way. But I do feel like they start to turn the end of the Bloodline over, and they make Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens win this title, or win the Unified Tag Team Championships. Or I could also, at the same case, make the fact that the Usos win this match, because of the fact that the Bloodline will end one way or another, Whether it happens now at WrestleMania or whether it happens later on as soon as Roman beats 1,000 days as the unified WWE champion. Either way, I can really see it going. So this one, I can't officially make a judgment call on who wins, but I would prefer to see Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens win this match, because that would be a great condition of the storyline, is that Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens finally tag team together to beat the unified tag team champions in the Usos. That is what I officially feel on that one. Now next you have Seth Rollins and Logan Paul in a match. Now, as much as I give a lot of credit of Logan Paul for being showing that he can be a very good wrestler in the WWE, I do personally feel that Seth Rollins should win this match, because they have done Seth Rollins dirty so many times that they need to give him something where he finally wins. Where, lately he finally wins something important, where he goes into a feud with Logan Paul and Seth Rollins finally wins. Because, yes, Logan Paul is a good wrestler, but Seth Rollins has been doing this for God knows how long, that he deserves so much more than losing to Logan Paul, somebody who's not even a full-time wrestler. Seth Rollins really does need to win this match, because they need to move Seth Rollins on to doing something so much better than this, because he deserves to be a WWE champion again. He really does. I feel that, because he has carried the WWE universe for so long already. I mean, him and Roman Reigns as well. But you see Seth Rollins coming out in every episode where he comes out, where he has tens of thousands of people at the arena serenading him to the ring, singing his theme song, because his character at this point can do absolutely whatever the hell he wants to do. And nobody cares, because they all serenade him to the ring time and time again, every week, every show, every episode, no matter what happens. He gets to do whatever the hell he wants to do, and nobody cares, because he is such a great wrestler in the ring, on the mic, doing whatever the hell he feels like. And he can do it. And he can pull it off. And he can make it all look so good. He deserves so much better right now than losing to somebody like Logan Paul. Now, don't get me wrong. Logan Paul, if he decides to do it full time, Logan Paul could be a very, very good wrestler. And he could be very, very good at what he does. Hell, his moment at Royal Rumble when he high-pointed with Ricochet was such a good moment, because it proves that he can absolutely do this if he fully wants to. But I do feel like Seth Rollins wins this match. Now we're going to start getting into a couple other matches as well, where it becomes Becky Lynch, Lita, Trish Stratus versus Damage Control. Damage Control will not win this match. When you have people the likes of Lita and Trish Stratus coming back into the fold, where Becky Lynch and I believe Becky Lynch and Lita became the tag team champions. Trish Stratus came back to help Becky Lynch and Lita against Damage Control. Now, when Becky Lynch, Lita, and Trish Stratus versus Damage Control, I do feel like Damage Control loses this match, because it would not make sense to have Lita and Trish Stratus come back for them to just lose at WrestleMania. Where, especially when you have Becky Lynch and Lita coming back and winning the tag team championships, because I personally, honestly, completely forgot about the WWE women's tag team belts. Because I forgot they even existed until I realized that Io Sky and Dakota Kai had the tag team championships, and they haven't defended them in God knows how long. Completely forgot that they even existed at this point. until Becky Lynch and Trish Stratus came back and won them again and made them relevant again. I do feel like Becky Lynch, Lita, and Trish Stratus will defeat Damage Control, because it just would not make sense for Hall of Famers to come back just to lose WrestleMania and to go off into the distance and do whatever. Especially because you have Becky Lynch and Trish Stratus, or Becky Lynch and Lita, as the tag teams, as the women's tag team champions. Just wouldn't make sense. So I do feel like Becky Lynch, Lita, and Trish Stratus will win this match because it just needs to happen. Now, you have next match coming up is you have Dominic Mysterio versus Rey Mysterio. This one, I would like to see Rey Mysterio win because Dominic Mysterio has been trashing him time and time again and trashing on his father time and time again every episode, every week, no matter what. But since Rey Mysterio is becoming a Hall of Famer now, and I'm sure he's going to retire really soon, I do feel like Dominic Mysterio wins this match. Because this is definitely going to be a passing of the torch to his son. Now, would I have liked to see it as a passing of the mask kind of match? Yes, I would have loved to see that because Rey Mysterio has been doing it for God knows how long, but he's going to retire soon. We all know it. I would like to see him lose to Dominic Mysterio to pass the mask, but I don't feel like it's going to officially happen. But I do feel like Dominic Mysterio beats Rey Mysterio, and then Rey Mysterio retires shortly after that because it's just a passing of the torch from father to son. It's going to happen because eventually, if they do it right, Dominic Mysterio could be a very good wrestler. Not exactly like his father, but he could become a very good wrestler in the ring. But I do feel like Dominic Mysterio beats Rey Mysterio in this match. Now, another one you have is Braun Strowman and Ricochet versus the Street Profits versus Alpha Academy versus Viking Raiders. A special 4-team match where it's basically a men's showcase. Now, this one's not as important as some of the other ones, but I do hope that the Street Profits win this match because the Street Profits have been done dirty time and time and time and time again. The Street Profits should win this match because eventually I do say that the Street Profits will be broken up at some point, as much as I hate to see it because they are a good tag team, but I do feel like they will be broken up at some point. And Montez Ford will be a WWE champion at some point in his career because he has such good potential that you do it right, he could become such a good wrestler for the future. But I do hope in my heart that the Street Profits win this match because they have been done so dirty lately that it is not even funny. Yes, the Viking Raiders come back and they do their whole thing. Alpha Academy is going to get split up, so I don't believe that they win. Braun Strowman and Ricochet, yes, in theory they are a good tag team, but I do feel like the Street Profits win this match 100%. Now, you have the Raw Women's Championship, Bianca Belair versus Asuka. This one, I do hope that Bianca Belair wins the championship, but the way they've been building Asuka's character to bring back basically the undefeated Queen of Tomorrow, the undefeated Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka will not lose this match. No matter how many times Bianca Belair beats Asuka in this match physically, Asuka will do some sort of bullshit to end up winning this match. Whether it's a sudden submission out of nowhere to win the title, or some off-the-wall way to win, Asuka will win this title because of the fact that that is how every one of her matches lately since she came back has happened. Is that Asuka will find some sort of off-the-wall way to win, And she will end up winning. So Asuka will win this title. I do believe she will, but I do hope that Bianca Belair does win this title for the sake of the fact that I just don't like the fact that Asuka is somehow off the wall winning every match lately since she's come back. So Bianca Belair, I do hope she wins. Now, you have the Intercontinental Championship of Gunther versus Sheamus and Drew McIntyre. This one's a definitely interesting one because Drew McIntyre and Sheamus are very, very good wrestlers. Gunther, however, Sheamus and Gunther have had such great matches lately when it comes to the Intercontinental Championship. However, I do think Gunther retains the Intercontinental Championship because I do think that Triple H is becoming one where titles don't just fly off different hands and whatever. That there is actual prestige coming back to the titles, where you see Roman Reigns coming back, where he's closing in on 1,000 days as unified WWE champion. So in that mind, I do feel like Gunther will retain the Intercontinental Champion, but it will be a great match. Don't get me wrong, it will be such a great match, but I do feel like Gunther will retain as the Intercontinental Champion because there will be prestige brought back to titles, which will be really great to see so that way we don't see titles changing from this person to this person to this person to this person within 3 weeks. It will stay at a person for a long reign, and they will have great matches in between then. So Gunther will retain this title. Now, the one that I'm really, really hyped to see is Edge versus the Demon Finn Balor. Finn Balor will win this match because there was no point to bringing back the Demon Finn Balor just to have him lose, because you have made the Demon... Yes, you've had him lose in the past, lately, but only as far as I know, you've only had him lose to 2 people since you've been using him. But Edge needs to finally move on and to go for one last title run and get over the Judgment Day. Now, would I like to see Edge win this match? Yes. To finally get over the Judgment Day and to move on to better things. Yes, I would like to see that. But I do believe Finn Balor wins this match because the Judgment Day has found a way to win time and time again. No matter what happens, they have always found a way to win. So somehow, the Demon Finn Balor will win this match. Some way or another, whether it's outside involvement from the rest of Judgment Day or not. The Demon Finn Balor will win this match because they have made the Judgment Day so well at this point where it will happen. I would like to see Edge win this match so we can finally move on, but I do believe the Demon Finn Balor will win this match. Now, Brock Lesnar versus Omos. I don't really like this match necessarily, in my opinion, because it just seems like one of those extra filling matches. But I feel like Brock Lesnar will probably win this one as much as, I'm going to enjoy watching it. Don't get me wrong. It's Brock Lesnar versus Omos. Big dude versus really tall big dude. But Brock Lesnar will win this match regardless. I do believe, because how many times do we see him very well lose very many matches? Not very often. Unless you see Omos lose to finally put Brock Lesnar into retirement and stop having him come back. Would be nice. Because they need to stop using Brock Lesnar as just a match card showcase just to bring popularity in. You can do other ways around it without needing Brock Lesnar because he has not become a good wrestler. Granted, I like his gimmick lately, which just the normal beast incarnate of old just doesn't work anymore. But I do believe Brock Lesnar will win this match. Now, the one, Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez versus Natalya and Shotzi versus Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler versus Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville. in my hopes, I do believe that Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez will win this match because they have been done wrong so many times. Raquel Rodriguez, they need to figure out what they're doing with her character and move her on. I've said this in the past and I will say it again. They need to figure out what they are doing with Raquel Rodriguez. However, Liv Morgan deserves so much better. You cannot have her put her in a match at WrestleMania just to screw her over how many times you've done this in the past since she's won the WWE Championship. She deserves so much better because the crowd, the WWE Universe, can get behind her so big. It would be insane to put her on a very good run and develop her character so well. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, I would love to see it because, God, I don't want Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler to win this match because they didn't even earn their way into the match. They just came out and announced they're in the match for the Fatal 4-Way, whatever it is. No. Natalya and Shotzi is not a team that will last at all. Chelsea Green, the quote-unquote, as far as I've heard, the Karen of the WWE, and Sonya Deville, that's not going to happen. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez will win this match because they both deserve better. Now, and the final one that I'm going to talk about is for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship, Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes. Me personally, I would like to see Cody Rhodes win this match because I would like to see the end of the bloodline start, where Roman Reigns loses his titles and the Usos retain their titles, so that way they can turn on Roman Reigns and be like, well, we retained our titles, you didn't, so you ain't shit anymore. Get out. That is how I would like to see this storyline go. However, I do believe that as much people want to see Cody Rhodes win, I do feel like Roman Reigns will win this title to surpass 1,000 days as undisputed WWE Universal Champion, just to bring prestige back to the titles. However, I personally, in my opinion, would love to see Cody Rhodes win this match because the way Cody Rhodes has been going, it would be great for the storyline to Roman be the first one of the bloodline to lose the titles. Then the rest of them turn on him and leave him in the dust. Because it has been kind of leaked and reported that Roman Reigns is going to take some time away from the WWE. That would be a great thing to see because he has gone on such a good run. And credit to Roman for being one of the biggest heels of basically all time in the WWE. He has done such a great run on being one of the ultimate heels that you could ever possibly imagine. He has done so well in carrying the WWE on his back, but I do feel like Cody Rhodes will win this match. I do really hope that it would happen that way, but however, I can also see it coming the other way. Like I said with the Bloodline story, it can happen anyway, and I could perfectly justify it, and I could perfectly see it happening. It is okay, which is where I have loved the storylines lately with some of these feuds, is because you could see them happening any way possible, and it will be okay because you could justify seeing it. You could realistically see a path where that could happen that way, and it'd be okay because it would make sense. Or you could see it going this way, or you could see it going that way. Where it's these longer feuds that happen that are so well that where it's like you can see this or this or this happening, where it'd be perfectly fine because we're not seeing anymore where it takes like, well, this happens and this happens and this happens and this happens and the titles change 40 times in a feud. You see long-time feuds and long-time rivalries where everything is good, where it's a long-term, where it used to be not just these quick title changes anymore, where somebody comes back and wins the title, and then somebody comes back and on a SmackDown and wins the title away from somebody, or Ronda Rousey comes back for the 40th time and comes back, or where Charlotte Flair comes back and wins the title. It's getting ridiculous. The longtime feuds, I hope, are here to stay because they create the popularity that the WWE needs again, where I so hope that Triple H stays head of creativity and creative storylines, where they hired Marvel people to create the longer storylines where it would be so good to keep them. The longer build-ups, the longer storylines, the longer feuds that end up in Hell in a Cell matches only used to officially end storylines. Not just a Hell in a Cell match every Hell in a Cell. Hell in a Cell matches, I've heard, are used to specifically end high feuds, which would be really great to see because they have just used Hell in a Cell, every Hell in a Cell pay-per-view, for no fucking reason. They are going to be used to specifically end storylines, which is why you see Edge versus Finn Balor in Hell in a Cell at WrestleMania, to end that storyline officially and they move on to their stuff. So that is what I am officially gone through all the matches. I've officially predicted everything that I'll see. We will see tomorrow or today, depending on when this video comes out. Probably Saturday morning is when this video will come out. But I can't guarantee it. But, like I said, there will be a funny moments and reactions to the WrestleMania matches that comes after Saturday and Sunday, because WrestleMania is a 2-night event now, not just a 1-night event. It is a 2-night event, Saturday and Sunday. So after Saturday and Sunday, there will be a great video to come out that I hope you all watch. Some of you subscribe if you haven't already. Like the videos that comes out. And hopefully you don't see too many videos of me just sitting here talking by myself. I'm hoping that's not the case, but it is what it is. Pretty soon I will be hoping to start making gaming videos. If you've made it this far, let me know what games you would like to see played on this channel and see our reactions between me and Natsu as well. But without further ado, that's going to be the end of this video. We've gone on for 32 minutes already. Look out for this video. Look out for the next video. Like I said, the funny moments and reactions of WrestleMania. And without further ado, I will see y'all in the next video. Next video will be going up Friday as well. Hopefully you'll see me and Natsu as well. If not, it could be just me or it could be another special guest as well. Without further ado, I will see y'all in the next video. Deuces.